think after running for this office for a year, I would know who I am and what I'm doing here. And I do. I'm the one who typed this. So I thought it was 10 minutes, so I wanted to make sure I knew what I wanted to say. I first ran for political office in 1981, school board in Cleveland, where I'm originally from. I think that's about the time my two opponents were born, so I have a little bit of a head start at this. And I've run several times since, and I want to tell you, and I've said it to them privately and publicly before, these are the two best candidates I've ever run it with, not against, with, in my whole life. They just rock. We all have compelling life stories. Of course, my compelling life story is twice as long as their compelling life story. It's a hard and exciting and competitive race. Any of us will do well in Congress. If you want to use as your criterion for endorsing who has the best chance of winning the general election, I think that's and I might mention that if I have time. But whoever wins, your goal should be to help them on social media and raise money for them. So bio, issues, and a little bit about the race. Going to Yale and Harvard Law School doesn't make me any smarter than anybody else, but maybe I'm not a lot dumber than everybody else. So to me, it gives me the confidence that if anybody can figure out these complicated issues, why not I? And I don't set limits for myself. And when the first 10 things I think of don't work, I have the perseverance to come up with 10 more until one does work. 20 years of corporate law practice, 30 years of college and secondary teaching. I first won elective office, St. Louis School Board, 1997, 16 years after I first tried to win elective office. I won re-election for that 3 times. I won this primary 10 years ago, outspent $350,000 to my $15,000, and I'm about to win my second major office 21 years later, Congress, I hope. So let's talk about issues. I guess it's going to be quick. If you had to pick one issue to change America, make America greater, it would be third grade reading scores. 40% of our kids all over the country are not reading at grade level by third grade. This country's not going anywhere. And that's my signature issue, is third grade reading scores. And if the Republicans try to get between me and money for reading, it's not going to be pretty. And the second issue is mine, addressing violence. It's not just about common sense gun laws. It's about public service announcements and a hotline for people about to hurt themselves or somebody else, and asking them to come in from the cold and ask for help. People are basically good at heart, and no one wants to hurt somebody else or themselves if they're given an option. They need to know we care for them, they're not alone, others have been there too, and to give us a chance. We won't get them all, but we'll get a whole bunch of them, and it'd be wrong not to try.
Thank you. You have 3 minutes.
You guys want to do 2 questions with 1-minute responses from the candidates, or 3 questions with 30 minutes?
3-minute responses.
Yeah. 30 minutes. All right, so we're going to do a voice motion, I guess. 2 questions for 1 minute. Say aye. All right, we're going to do 3 questions with 30-second responses.
Okay, so a lot of Democrats, like people who maybe are less involved than everyone in this room, are complaining that we need like fresh faces. Like a lot of people complain on Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer. How will you bring a fresh perspective to Congress?
So that's a good question. I've been chasing this 40 years, so it's good to be persistent in believing yourself. And I think I have ideas that haven't been on the table before. My violence prevention hotline with public service announcements has never been proposed anywhere, as best I can tell. Congress is about relationships. Hopefully we're going to flip the House, so we'll have 218 seats. So mine will be the 218th. It'll be the biggest upset in the country, and I'm ready for it.
So women's health care has been in the news a lot. What will you guys do to protect women's health care and women's rights?
3 things. Abortion needs to be safe, legal, and rare, affordable, and accessible. My first year on the St. Louis School Board, 1997, I proposed 2 resolutions. In LGBT, there was no feud back then that we knew of, but and a state-of-the-art sex and health education resolution, both of which passed 1997. And one of my proposals will be a constitutional amendment to require a man and a woman representing each congressional district in the country, and cutting the number of districts in half.
There have been reports that there's somewhere from 125 billion, sorry, I'm not wrong, to $150 billion of defense spending that is absolutely that goes to contractors to create all kinds of crazy different weapons for the U.S. government. And that money can be used to pay for a lot of things. So how do you hope to end the military industrial complex if you create the same?
I'm going to go off of a point just as I've been telling my Bob McCullough story. I've known him a long time, and I was on a panel with him at West County Democrats, and the microphone was missing. And I said, he was sitting next to me, I said, if you have to convene a grand jury to find who took the microphone, I hope it's better than your Ferguson grand jury. And I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, I'm a pretty smart guy, I'm allowed to have an opinion. So, war is diplomacy by other means. And we need to find ways to find peace so we don't need to spend all the money on war.
Thank you, everybody.
So the next race is
Go.
You can ask Josh Hawley.
I also got Josh Hawley.